In the serene village of Salaita, nestled in the heart of Kenya, lived a woman named Joan. Joan was known for her malevolent ways, harboring a deep-seated jealousy that consumed her. She shared her home with her 2 daughters and her stepdaughter, Yvonne, alongside her husband. Despite the seemingly harmonious facade, the household was a cauldron of Joan's bitterness and envy. Yvonne, Joan's stepdaughter, was a radiant girl, both beautiful and intelligent. She excelled in her studies, always topping her class. This was in stark contrast to Joan's own daughters, who struggled academically. The disparity gnawed at Joan's heart, fueling her resentment. She couldn't bear to see Yvonne shine brighter than her daughters. Determined to dim Yvonne's light, Joan devised a sinister plan. She visited a witch doctor in a nearby town, her mind set on a dark course of action. The witch doctor handed her 500 Kenyan shillings, enchanted with a malevolent spell designed to drive its possessor to madness. Joan returned home, the cursed money clutched tightly in her hand. With a facade of kindness, Joan handed the money to Yvonne. "Here, my dear," she said, masking her malice with a smile. "Use this for something you need." Yvonne, unaware of her stepmother's wicked intentions, accepted the money graciously and tucked it away in the bedroom she shared with her stepsisters. Fate, however, had a different plan. That evening, as Yvonne slept soundly, one of Joan's daughters, driven by curiosity and a hint of rebellion, found the money. The next day, during lunch at school, she used it to buy junk food from a nearby vendor, blissfully ignorant of the curse it carried. The transformation was swift and horrifying. By afternoon, Joan's daughter began to act erratically, her behavior growing increasingly alarming. She screamed incoherently, her eyes wild with fear and confusion. The school was thrown into chaos, and she was quickly taken home. Joan's world shattered as she watched her own flesh and blood descend into madness. The reality of her actions hit her with devastating clarity. The curse she had intended for Yvonne had claimed her daughter instead. Guilt and sorrow overwhelmed her as she realized the gravity of her jealousy and hatred. Yvonne, unaware of the dark events that had transpired, continued to excel in her studies, her heart pure and untainted. Joan, however, was left to grapple with the consequences of her actions. Her daughter's life was forever altered, a victim of her mother's malicious intent. The village of Salaita mourned the tragedy, and whispers of Joan's wickedness spread far and wide. Joan's husband, devastated by the loss of his daughter's sanity, could no longer bear to look at his wife. The family fell apart, torn asunder by the darkness that Joan had unleashed. As years passed, Joan lived in isolation, haunted by the memory of her daughter's anguished screams. The villagers avoided her, and she became a pariah, shunned and despised. In the quiet moments of her solitude, Joan wept for the life she had ruined, for the love she had lost, and for the evil that had consumed her. Moral of the story: jealousy and hatred can lead to devastating consequences, not just for those we target, but for ourselves and our loved ones. The darkness we harbor within can destroy everything we hold dear. It is essential to cultivate kindness and compassion, for in doing so, we protect and nurture the ones we love.